Who is Community? Starring Christian Bouncing Ball Cardenas, Joanna the Flying V Borgia, Bradley Powerhouse Cumberbatch, Cara Madstick D, Josh the Gorgon Darcy, and Tiawa Tsunami Pobjeki. Hold it together, Tsunami. Julia Rayner is Hannah Arendt, and Glenn Doherty is Pierre de Freddy, Baron de Coubertin, featuring John K. Steele as the Inspector. Who is Community? This is the story of an extraordinary fictional meeting between Pierre de Freddy, Baron de Coubertin, father of the modern Olympics, and the German theorist Hannah Arendt in London's famous district of Stratford, the heart of the old East End. As told by the Community of Stratford. Hello, I am the Community of Stratford. I am here to tell you about an extraordinary fictional meeting between Pierre de Freddy, Baron de Coubertin, and Hannah Arendt. Pierre de Freddy, Baron de Coubertin's knowledge of the Franco-Prussian War and the Dreyfus Affair at the end of the 19th century led him to create the wonderful festival of culture and sport that unites all nations of the world and is known as the Olympics. Did Pierre de Freddy, Baron de Coubertin meet Hannah Arendt on the Central Line? Who was Hannah Arendt? Hannah was born into a family of secular German Jews in the city of Linden, now part of Hanover. Hannah studied philosophy with Martin Heidegger, with whom she embarked on a long, stormy and romantic relationship for which she was later criticised because of Heidegger's ties to those who sought to repress freedom in Germany in the 1930s. Hannah worked researching the causes of intolerance towards the Jews before being interrogated by the German secret police and fled Germany for Paris. In Paris, she met the doomed philosopher Walter Benjamin. In France, Arendt worked to support and aid Jewish refugees. She was imprisoned in the infamous Camp Gurs, but escaped to freedom and travelled to the United States. At Princeton University, she was the first woman professor. Hannah Arendt's work led her to believe that freedom is public, associative, and participatory. She also said that men, not man, live on the earth, and that evil was ordinary, born of banality. Free people will always have to guard against repression. Is this man evil, or this man? To maintain human freedoms, public life must be celebrated in a democracy. Why are we making this film? Why is it set in Stratford? We are making this film because we want to suggest that the concern for peace and the maintenance of freedoms that Pierre de Freddy Baron de Coubertin and Hannah Arendt shared is tied together with themes of public space, social interaction and well-being. I am talking to you now about civil society. I am Stratford Community. On my eastern borders, I stretch out towards the ruined home of the Earl of Essex, lover to Elizabeth I. To the west lies Whitechapel with its great art gallery, and beyond, all central London sprawls in the sunshine. To the south lies the mighty Thames, and to my north the great borough of Leytonstone, home of the filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock. All eyes are upon me. Who is community? All people of the world live in Stratford. We care for one another through our great hospitals and benefit from each other's differences by trading in our markets. We study together at the wonderful University of East London and the Cass Department of Art across the road from the Whitechapel, and we work together and we play together.
2, 3, 4. Do you love me in Loughton, in Leyton, in Stratford? Do you love me in Hainault, in Buckerstill or in Epping? They call me the Speed King 'cause I travel on the underground. I'm addicted to public transport, my favourite's the Central Line. Hey up, Hannah, give us some of your 1930s Berlin stories.
You know Walter Benjamin would have objected to your crowd-pleasing ukulele song.
Mind the gap now. Do you love me in Gants Hill, in Leytonstone and in Snaresbrook? Do you love me on the Central Line, underground, across old time?
Across old time?
Across old time. They call me the Speed King 'cause I travel on the underground. I'm addicted to public transport, my favourite's the Central Line. Though I do like a bit of Piccadilly.
I think you mean sauerkraut. Anyway, you know Adorno had reservations about entertainment.
Oh, mind the gap now. Do you love me in Loughton, in Leyton, in Stratford? Do you love me in Hainault, in Buckerstill or in Sheffield? Hey, how about Sheffield?
Moving on, it's not all about you. What unites human beings is huge and wonderful, and what divides us is small and mean.
They call me the Speed King 'cause I travel on the underground. I'm addicted to public transport, my favourite's the Central Line.
If Arendt and Pierre de Freddy Baron de Coubertin had met in Stratford, would he have said in a husky French accent, "I love your work"? Would Pierre de Freddy Baron de Coubertin have said, "Will you not join me in watching my Olympic sport festival"? Would Arendt have said, "By making all the nations of the world march under one gate, you are preventing evil by promoting associative values that help maintain a lively and participatory democracy"? Sadly, human beings often distrust each other across the centuries. Maybe deeper, more positive feelings could be kindled. Is this a love story? Through our actions, our art, what we leave behind, human beings have the capacity to fall in love across many generations. Personally, I love Frida Kahlo. Would Pierre de Freddy Baron de Coubertin have suggested a delicious cold rice pudding at the Olive Restaurant near Leytonstone Station? Would Hannah Arendt have offered Pierre de Coubertin, the father of the modern Olympics, a light? We can only imagine and speculate. But then making things happen, creation, imagination and speculation are things human beings in the East End, from Joan Littlewood to Ken Campbell, have been preoccupied with since like forever. Pierre de Coubertin's success in his attempt to champion humanity's generosity after the European battles of the 19th century was ultimately limited. Hannah Arendt lived through and tried to understand the bloody struggles of the 20th century. Will we, in the 21st century, learn from history? Can human beings ever come together at points of agreement and stop fighting? Can we celebrate our humanity? Will you champion what is hopeful? Will you help them to help us?
Pierre, I shall always know you, but you will never know me.
Do you love us in Loughton, in Leyton, in Stratford? Do you love us in Hainault, in Bookerstill or in Epping? They call us the Speed Kings 'cause we travel on the underground. We're addicted to public transport, our favourite's that Central Line.
Hey guys, stop. You know Heidegger, he was a tiger.